welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's doing good. Today it is June 10th. I'm a little behind. It's fine. We're gonna ignore that it's the 10th because we have a TBR. Also ignore my nails. I was trying to do my nails myself. Did not go well. So today, like I said, it's June 10th. I have my June TBR that I want to share with you guys. I did have 3 books that were included in my TBR, but I just can't help myself sometimes and I needed to read them, so I read them. So we're not gonna talk about those 3 until my wrap up. But I still have a couple more books that I need to read for the month of June. So let's get into it. So the first book that I have for my June TBR, it is called Death in the Family, and this is by Tessa Weigert. I think it's Weigert, don't quote me. Yeah, I think that is. So this is a thriller mystery book about this detective named Shanna. So her name is Shanna, and recently she is a survivor of a hostage situation or a kidnapping from a serial killer, and now she's back on the force. And her first case is a murder on an island where I believe it was a wedding that was going on. Somebody is found stabbed in their bed. There's blood all over the place. But the catch is they can't find the body. There's just blood all in the bed. And the girlfriend of the victim, she is... Why are you crawling under the table? What's wrong? My dog doesn't know what to do with himself whenever I film, sorry. But as they go to the island, they are stuck in a storm, and it kind of turns into a, like an Agatha Christie vibe when it comes to And Then There Was None. I noticed that a lot of books are starting to kind of pick up on that theme, where it's an island, it's secluded, people start getting picked off, and I just, like, I don't know, I kind of felt like it was a little bit gimmicky now because now everybody's trying to do the same thing. But I'm like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's not judge. We're gonna give this one a go. Let me zoom you guys out real quick because y'all are real close. There's like critters all around my house. I don't know what's going on. The next book that I picked up, it is a library book, and it is Agony House. Agony, oh my god, why do I sound like that? This one, honestly, this was kind of like a whim pickup. I saw the cover and I was like, oh, okay, that looks interesting. It's like it is a graphic novel along with just being like a regular book. So they will have scenes in here where it's like illustrations of a comic, but then it also continues on like a regular book. So this is about a girl named Denise. She just moved back to New Orleans with her mom and her stepdad. It says they left in the wake of Hurricane Katrina, and they have finally returned, wagering the last of their family's money on fixing up an old rundown house and converting it to a bed and breakfast. Nothing seems to work around the place, which doesn't seem too weird to Denise. The unexplained noises are a little more out of the ordinary, but again, nothing too unusual. But when floors collapse, deadly objects rain down, and she hears creepy voices, it's clear to Denise that there's something more sinister that lurks in the house. So this is actually the first time that I'm reading the blurb of the book with you guys. So this sounds really interesting, and I really like the fact that it does have a little bit of graphic novelness. Yeah. So hopefully you guys can see that my brightness is not doing well today. But it does have graphic novel qualities in here to where, like I said, it reads like one, but then also switches back to being a regular book. But this book is by Cherie Priest, and yeah, it's a nice little, I think it's a YA mystery book, haunting thriller. I thought that this would be interesting to add into the mix. The next book that I want to read, it is The Haunting of Evelyn Jones by Phil Hicks. This one also, I saw it on the book depository and I read a little bit of the blurb and I was like, okay, it gave me Coraline vibes because again, girl moves into this house, weird stuff starts happening. She's trying to figure out what's going on. Evelyn Jones loves reading ghost stories, so a dreary half-term becomes much more exciting when she discovers a spooky old book. Not only are the stories spine-tingling, but it belonged to a girl called Primrose Penberthy, who vanished mysteriously, never to be seen again. Intrigued, Evelyn decides to investigate Primrose's disappearance with the help from her new friend Harold. Now someone or something is stirring, and it's looking for Evelyn. So I love this cover for one. I don't know why, but the scarecrow in the background was giving me Small Spaces vibes, and I loved that book and that series. So I was like, okay, we're gonna give this one a go. But the girl on the cover looks a lot like Coraline. So, and I I love Neil Gaiman and I love Coraline, so I thought this was going to be really, really cool. So it's small, so it's definitely going to be something that's not going to take me long to read, so I just wanted to add this in here. But I've been holding on to this book for a while, and I was just like, why not read this in the month of June just to get myself ready for fall, because in my mind, summer does not exist. I'm not a summer person, so we're just gonna skip right over summer and go into fall by reading this book. The next book that I got was The Doll House. So this one, my lovely, lovely boyfriend gifted me this. This book is actually written by Joe Hill, which is Stephen King's son. So I didn't know that. My guy, we were reading it and he was like, oh, that name looks familiar. And sure enough, it's Stephen King's son. And I'm halfway through the graphic novel and it's pretty good. So this book is about a girl named Alice, and it says on Alice's 6th birthday, she got the gift she didn't know she always wanted, a big, beautiful 19th century dollhouse complete with a family of antique dolls. In no time at all, the dollhouse isn't just Alice's favorite toy, it's her whole world. But in the real world, her family life is much darker, and deep within the doll's house is twisting halls, the black room awaits with an offer to Alice. The house can fix all of this, the room says. All she has to do is say the words. Basically, it's kind of like a making the deal with the devil situation, where Alice wants her home life situation to change, because there is, just a trigger warning, there is a lot of domestic violence in this book that Alice witnesses. So if you are sensitive to subjects like that, I would skip over this or just think about it for a little while before reading this book. I don't want to open the book too much because there is a lot of graphic scenes in here to where I'm not trying to scar anybody. So if you think that this book is up your alley, go ahead and pick it up. But this is going to be one of the ones I read for June. The next book that I want to read is The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson. I'm going to put it right here because I don't have the book yet. This book has not been released yet. It comes out on June 15th, and I cannot stress to you how excited I am for this book to come out and read this book. So this book, even though this book is number 4, it's not a part of the first 3 books. It just continues on to where it's a completely different mystery. So Stevie Bell is actually going to be a camp counselor for, she's basically going to be a camp counselor for the summer program that she was invited to with her friends from the previous books. And when she gets there, she actually gets invited to solve the mystery of the box in the woods, which is, I believe, from a 1970s murder that happened at the summer camp that she's volunteering at. And so Stevie decides to jump into the mystery and solve the murders in the box in the woods. So I absolutely love Maureen Johnson. She does have other books, but the Truly Devious series is my absolute favorite series ever. I even got my sister, who's not a YA, my sister's not a book reader. She's not much of a book person, but I got her on this series, and then she's like, so when's the next one coming out? And I was like, yeah, I know, you're excited, me too. I'm just so excited. But yes, so the Truly Devious series, that one, all-time favorite series out of any series that is out there. I promise you, I'm not lying. That is my favorite series. So The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson, that is going to be one of the books that I read for the month of June. So the next book that I'm going to be reading is also on my ebook. It is Pride and Premeditation by, I believe it's Tirzah, by Tirzah. I want to say it's either Tirzah or Tirzah Price. It says, when a scandalous murder shocks London's high society, 17-year-old aspiring lawyer Lizzie Bennet seizes the opportunity to prove herself despite the interference of Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy. Mr. Darcy, everybody loves Mr. Darcy, yeah. The stern young heir to the prestigious firm Pemberley Associates. Convinced the authorities have imprisoned the wrong person, Lizzie vows to solve the murders on her own. But as the case and her feelings for Darcy become more complicated, Lizzie discovers that her dream job could make her happy, but it also might get her killed. It's a little bit confusing, but I believe Mr. Bingley gets accused of murder, so Mr. Darcy comes to represent him as his lawyer, but then Lizzie makes him an offer to represent him as a lawyer because she wants to basically be a lawyer at her father's law firm. But of course, she's a woman. Women can't do that. So her father is like, if you can keep this on the low, I'll see what I can do about making you a lawyer, about basically solving the mysteries. But then Lizzie starts facing a lot of dangers because as a woman, the men back then in that time, they're not fond of women in general anyways back then, and even now. But Lizzie is starting to get threatened about basically backing off and staying away from the case, and she's not going to back down. So I am thoroughly interested in figuring out how Lizzie solves this case. And then this new rendition of Pride and Prejudice, I am super, super excited. That's all I can say about this book without me going on a tangent, but Oh, lashes are falling off. But yes, Pride and Premeditation by Terza Price is going to be my next book for the month of June. Okay, you guys, so this video was super short and sweet. I just wanted to show you guys the books that I'm reading for the month of June. And then I really hope you guys are going to be excited about what I have to say about these books in my June wrap up, which it's already June 10th and it's kind of scary at how fast things are moving, but I'm not mad at it, to be quite honest. Like, I'm just ready for June to be over because I'm a January baby. I don't do well in the heat. I just don't. I pass out. I'm like those little goats where you scare them and they pass out. That's me. And you guys, we hit 2K and we're almost at 21K. I have no words. None. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching my videos and supporting me. And hello to all of my new subscribers. How are you guys? Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And then I also saw that a couple of the YouTubers that I follow, Mayana Reads, hi girl, hi, how are you? How you doing, girl? Yes, she also subscribed to my channel, so I'm just excited. Let me just shut up because I'm just so excited now. I will see you all in my next video next week, and I am going to be doing I think next week what I'm going to be doing is like a manga type video about all the manga I've been reading and any kind of manga recommendations that I have for you guys. If that sounds interesting to you, say yay or nay in the comments down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.